What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. Money Moves with K. I am K, and today we are going to talk about states that have monthly tax auctions. Okay, so this is very important because a lot of times, well, most states have yearly auctions, right? So they may happen in May. For instance, Florida has yearly auctions. There is one county in Florida, or a couple of counties in Florida, that do have actual monthly auctions, which I'll discuss in my course. But for the most part, they happen yearly. So this is a list of states that actually do it monthly, so it increases your chances of actually purchasing a deal. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to it. The first state I want to discuss, and it'll be a county, but overall the state is Georgia, and the county that I want to discuss is Fulton County. Okay, so Fulton County has their tax auction sales the first Tuesday of every month. Okay, and this is cool because, again, like I said earlier, it increases your chances of actually getting a deal. So if you're in Georgia, and don't be afraid, if you are outside of Georgia or any of these states that I discussed on my channel, don't be afraid to be a long distance investor. I know that is a big gamble. However, if you find a good deal, you find a good deal, and you can kind of figure it out from there. So here is Fulton County. So once you come onto the website, and what I did to get directly to this website, I just searched Fulton County tax auction sales, and it brings you here. Okay, so they have the sheriff sale, which is the tax auction sale, and if you scroll down, you'll see that it happens May 6th. Okay, so May 6th is a Tuesday, like I said, the first Tuesday of every month. So here you can see a list. Now these are non-judicial, very interesting, non-judicial delinquent tax liens. Okay, so if you go down, you can see some of the properties, right? So this is a list. It doesn't have a number, so I can't tell you how many properties are on this list. However, there's a lot of properties on the list. Okay, so the question then becomes, how in the world do you then search these properties? What do you do now? Okay, you know the address to the property. Now what, right? So that's where my course comes in handy, guys. The tax auction course will be on sale, 50% off, May 2nd through May 5th. Actually, you might catch the course. You might catch the course in time for this Fulton County Sheriff sale. Okay, because this one happens May 6th. My course ends the 50% sale May the 5th. Okay, so you will catch it a day. You will catch the sale a day before the actual auction happens in Fulton County. All right, so this is actually, it just has a lot of properties on this list. The big question is, what do you do after this? I'm not here to discuss what you do. What I will tell you is that you will do due diligence. Okay, due diligence is what I preach on this channel. You have a series of steps that you need to take in order to figure out the ins and outs about this property. Is it just land? Is it a home? Does somebody live in the home? What's the condition of the home? These are things that you would ask yourself. Does it have any other liens or encumbrances attached to that particular property? These are all questions that you ask yourself, but more importantly, you have to answer these questions, right? So we kind of go through that in the tax auction course. Be sure to get it May 2nd through May 5th. I'll link it in the pinned comments, and I'll also link it in the description. All right. So Fulton County, but all of Georgia is a redeemable state. It's a redeemable state, and I'll talk about that in my course as well. And their redemption period is 12 months. Okay, so keep that in mind. The next state I want to talk about, that's still Fulton County. The next state I want to talk about is Texas. So Texas has it's a redeemable state as well. The redemption period is 6 months. If you are interested in homestead or agricultural, it is 2-year redemption period. So I'm going to just go over Harris County. This is in Texas. And as you see right here, their sale date is May 6th as well. So if you're interested in Texas, this particular county, which is May 6th, is the actual county auction date. Pick up the course. Okay, here we go. So you see these properties. Now you see the property, but the biggest question is, what do you do after you see the property? There is a series of steps in order to do your due diligence. Keep that in mind. So let's see if we see any thing that stands out to me as a potential deal. Now let me point this out. Sometimes you have folks, it says it's canceled. This could have been the opportunity where the homeowner actually just said, okay, I'll pay the back taxes or whatever I owe, cancel the sale. Okay, This particular home is $22,000 the minimum bid. And they also give the value of the property as well. That's helpful for you to know. You also need to check that value as well, because the value, you look at comps, right? We talk about that in the course. You look at comps, see what is sold around the property, whether it be land or home, and see the true value of your home and what you could sell it for if you're flipping these properties. A lot of you are having these properties to either live in. Everybody's situation is different. You want to live, you just want a home of your own, you want to live in it yourself, or you're purchasing it very low and you're selling it high. But remember, in these redeemable states, after your name is on the deed, that doesn't mean that you actually have possession of the property. I know, right? There's more waiting. You have to wait for the redemption period to be over. We talk about that in the course, all right? And how do you deal with that, okay? So that's the first page. Let me go to the second page. Some of these don't have pictures, which means that it's very important for you to know what to do next. They don't have a picture here. So what do you do? Okay. This is, it appears to be land. You have to dive a little deeper, right? So this is a May 6th sale, 2025. These are canceled. Looks like folks said, I pay my property taxes. Please take it off the list. All right. Let's go to the third page. Wow, look at this. Minimum bid, of course, and it's canceled. The minimum bid is $2,920. Of course, that is not the ending bid, right? And it's canceled, so we wouldn't be looking at that anyway, all right? So you have this property, $38,000. You have to identify, is this a good deal? Is this a good deal or not? And I'll walk you through that process in the course, deal or no deal, trying to figure out what do you do when you see the property. I mean, having the address, having the information is one thing, but actually ready to purchase, having the money in hand, $10,000, $20,000, whatever your amount is, having that money in hand, you really want to know what you're actually buying, okay? So those are two states. I talked about Georgia. I talked about Texas. Two states that are redeemable states that allow you to purchase monthly. So it increases your chances to actually get a deal, all right? If you made it this far in the video, in the comment section, go ahead and put deal. It allows me to know that you made it here in this part of the video, and I truly do appreciate you. Thank you so very much, guys. You stay blessed. Peace.